Hi, I'm Lindsay Reiser. We have breaking news out of Washington. Democratic Florida Representative Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick says she is resigning from Congress. We're going to show you the post that she made on X, saying this minutes before a House Ethics Committee was about to take place to decide potential punishment for some accusations that I'm going to tell you about in a second. But let's go ahead and read the statement first. She says this was not a fair process. The Ethics Committee refused my new attorney's reasonable request for time to prepare my defense. By going forward with this process while a criminal indictment is pending, the committee prevented me from defending myself. She calls this a witch hunt. She said, rather than play these political games, I choose to step away. And she said, but let me say this plainly, we should be very careful about the precedent we are setting in this country. We do not punish people before due process is complete. We do not allow allegations alone to override the will of the people. That is a dangerous path, and that should concern every American, regardless of party. Now, the House Ethics Committee was going to hold a public hearing today at 2 p.m. Eastern to determine whether any punishment was warranted for the Democrat, 3 weeks after concluding she was guilty of more than 24 charges stemming from an alleged campaign finance scheme. So in November, the DOJ charged her with stealing $5 million from FEMA funds for her campaign. She has pleaded not guilty to 15 counts laid out in the indictment. She denies any wrongdoing. But the investigation says that they found substantial evidence of conduct consistent with the allegations in the indictment. In addition to those alleged campaign finance violations, committee investigators accused Cherfilus-McCormick of spending funds on luxury goods, including jewelry from Tiffany & Co., a Tesla, designer clothing, high-end hotels, and a cruise. And we know that many lawmakers were waiting for the Ethics Committee to wrap up the matter before forcing a floor vote on her expulsion. So she was facing expulsion if she did not resign, pending the outcome of today's hearing. That will no longer happen, and we will no longer hear that publicly as well. So this is also coming after we saw Eric Swalwell, a Democrat from California, and Tony Gonzalez, a Republican from Texas, resign last week for sexual misconduct allegations. There is another lawmaker, Republican Corey Mills, who is also facing a potential expulsion vote. He is facing that. He's a Republican from Florida, and his allegations also include sexual misconduct allegations. But this is obviously a tenuous time right now on Capitol Hill. We know that a lot of the arguments here have been sort of over what the representative is mentioning here. Do you override what some consider is the will of the people, or do you let due process and the Ethics Committee, for example, or the body at large force an expulsion vote? And we are going to continue to follow this story. But Democratic Florida Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus-McCormick resigning in lieu of that Ethics Committee public hearing today. We'll let you know more developments as they happen. But we're going to take a quick break. You're watching CBS News 24/7.